Okay, children, shall we start? Shall we do complete that problem? What problem you are discussing in the morning session? Did you try to get the answer? How many of you got the answer? Sania, did you try that one? Complete that one? No, no. We had class, continuous class. How many of you tried to get the answer? How many of you got the answer? No one. Achyut, did you try that answer?
No.
No. Okay. So can you read the question, Achyut?
Ma'am,
Yes.
let A equal to R minus 3.
Let's. A is equal to R minus 3. Okay.
Then B equal to R minus set 1.
R minus 1.
Yes.
Ah.
Consider the function
Hmm.
if such that like from A to B
Hmm.
defined by f
Hmm.
of x is equal to x minus 2 by x minus 3 divided by x minus 3.
Hmm.
Uh,
Okay. We have to prove it is 1, 1 and on 2. Hence, you have to find the inverse, isn't it? Ah. So I think the first part we did in the morning session, isn't it? We proved it is 1, 1. Is that no? We
yes,
proved
ma'am.
it is 1, 1. Okay. The condition for proving 1, 1 is f of x1 is equal to f of x2 implies x1 is equal to x2. Now we have to prove it is on 2. So to prove f is on 2. So to prove f is on 2. So you take f of x is equal to y. F of x is equal to y. So that implies x minus 2 by x minus 3 is equal to y. So when you cross multiply this, x minus 2 is equal to y into x minus 3. So that is xy minus 3y is x minus 2. X minus 2 is xy minus 3y. So now bring all the x terms together. So x minus xy is minus 2 if you take to other side plus 2 minus 3y. So from here what is x? X into 1 minus y is 2 minus 3y. Therefore what is x? X is equal to 2 minus 3y by 1 minus y. Is that now? Now look at here. Already it is given. Y we are taking from B, isn't it? Y belongs to B. So surely y is not equal to 1. Y we are taking it from B. So y is not equal to 1. Therefore, look at here. Whether this one will belong to A, whether x is equal to 2 minus 3y by 1 minus y, whether this one will exist or not. Surely it will exist because y is not equal to 1. Therefore, it is on 2. Therefore, it is on 2. Therefore, it is a bijection. Therefore, it is a bijection. Okay. Therefore, it is a bijection. So, for F is a bijection. Now, you define F inverse. So, F inverse is a function from B to A defined by F inverse of x is equal to 2 minus 3x by 1 minus x. 2 minus 3x by 1 minus 6. Finished? Is it okay? Write the next question, children. Next one. Let f from n to n. Let f from n to n be defined by. Let f from n to n be defined by f of x is equal to. F of x is equal to x plus 1 by 2 if x is odd, and it is x by 2 if x is even. If x is even, where x belongs to n. Where x belongs to n. Find whether the function f is bijective. Find whether the function f is bijective. You have to check whether f is bijective. Try this one. Check it is of all natural numbers. Will it be bijective? This one is a very important question, children. This is a textual question and it's an example question. It's an important question. You have to check whether it is a bijection or not. So try this. I'm taking the set of all natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Here also we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. What is f of 1? What is f of 1? 1 plus 1 by 2. So 1 will be mapped onto 1, isn't it? What is f of 2? 2 is even. It is 2 by 2, it is 1. What is f of 3? 3 plus 1 by 2, 4 by 2, which is 2. And what is f of 4? 2. Is or no? Will it be 1, 1? Will it be 1, 1? Yes, Nandana, tell me, Nandana.
No, ma'am.
No. Okay, it is not 1, 1. Is it on 2? Is it on 2? Yes, isn't it? This is on 2. 3 majors are there. 3 majors are there, but it is not 1, 1. Therefore, it is not a bijection. So you can give the answer. F of 1 is equal to f of 2. Distinct elements have the same image. Therefore, f is not 1, 1. Therefore, f is not 1, 1. Is it okay? Achyut? Is it on 2? It is on 2. Therefore, but it is not a bijection. But it is not a bijection. Write the next one. Okay. Or on. Write the next one. Show that the relation are defined by. Show that the relation are defined by. Show that the relation are defined by A comma B related to C comma D. A comma B related to C comma D. A comma B is related to C comma D implies implies A plus B is equal to B plus C. Implies A plus B is equal to B plus C is an equivalence relation. Is an equivalence relation in the set n cross n. Is an equivalence relation in the set n cross n. Okay, we have to prove it is an equivalence relation in the set n cross n. Try this one. Try this. Okay, you have to prove it is an equivalence relation. Okay, are you getting the answer, children? Is it reflexive? First, you have to check is it reflexive. Whether R is reflexive? How will you check? You check whether A comma B is related to A comma B or not. Okay, how the function is defined? You add the extremes, you add the middle ones. Whether A plus B is equal to A plus B. Yes, isn't it? A plus B is equal to A plus B. Therefore, R is reflexive. Now check whether it is symmetric. To prove R is symmetric. So that is to prove, suppose A comma B is related to C comma D, implies C comma D is related to A comma B. C comma D is related to A comma B. So you start with the first one. Suppose A comma B is related to C comma D. So that implies A plus B is equal to B plus C. A plus B is equal to B plus C. So that implies, now listen children, I'm going to just exchange this left hand side with right hand side. So C plus B is equal to A plus B. So that implies C comma D is related to A comma B. Addition is commutative. In natural numbers, we know that addition is commutative and all. So you can use the property and we can prove both are equal. Therefore, R is symmetric. Therefore, R is symmetric. Now, third one, to prove R is transitive. You have to prove R is transitive. So, for that, what do you have to prove? Suppose AB is related to CD and CD is related to EF. CD is related to EF. We have to prove AB is related to EF, isn't it? Is it correct, children? Is it correct, Gauri? AB is related
Yes.
to CD and CD is related to EF. We have to prove AB is related to EF. Okay? So you start with the first one. Suppose so you start with the first one. AB related to CD. So that implies A plus B is equal to B plus C. Listen, children, this model is again an important one. Okay, you'll be getting for nowadays for 3 more questions and all. Similarly, CD is related to EF. Implies P plus F is equal to E plus B. Now you add the LHS and RHS. I'm adding these two. Similarly, I'm adding these two. So you'll get A plus B plus E plus F is equal to B plus C plus E plus D. So you cancel the common terms here. D will get cancelled, E gets cancelled. So you'll get A plus F is equal to B plus C. So that is ordered pair AB is related to ordered pair CF. Therefore, R is transitive. R is transitive. Therefore, R is an equivalence relation. Therefore, R is an equivalence relation. R is an equivalence relation. Is it okay, Achur?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Shivani, once again, let me take the attendance.
Ma'am,
Yes, Nandana.
this question E plus F should be C plus F, right? CD related to EF in the transitive part.
I want A plus B. Here it is. And this is C, isn't it? This one is C. So C only gets cancelled. So E will be there. B plus E. So it is E comma F. Okay. So C by, okay, C and C only will get cancelled. E will not get cancelled. So by mistake, this C, I wrote it as, okay, both become the same symbol. That's all. Now is it okay, Nandana?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it clear, children? Okay. So another question I'm giving, okay, that is not in your book, but it is a board exam question. Note down and try this one. The same similar question only. Similar question, okay. Write down. Show that the relation, note down and try it as homework. Show that the relation R defined by, show that the relation R defined by A comma B is related to C comma D implies A plus D by AB is equal, A plus D by AD is equal to C plus D by CD.
A plus D by AD or AB.
A plus D by AD is equal to B plus C by BD. BC. B plus C by BC. You have to prove this is an equivalence relation. Prove that this is an equivalence relation. Okay, sometimes the question will be given like this also. It will be cross multiplied. It will be cross multiplied and it will be given like this. Is equal to AD into B plus C. Okay, both are equivalents. Okay, try this one. Try this one as homework. Okay. Now take your textbook. All of you take your textbook. Children, if you take the first chapter in your textbook, you have 4 topics. The topics, 4 different topics are there. The first one is equivalence relation. The first exercise we completed. The first exercise we have completed. Okay, and I asked you to do the homework questions. Try all the homework questions in your textbook. In your textbook, examples and exercise. Okay, able to understand. Okay, this is our exercise, second exercise. Now look at the second exercise. This one we completed. Now look at the second exercise. Look at this. Second one, we discussed about greatest integer function and all. Is or no? Then modulus function, signum function. Okay, let's have promise. Okay, now the question. Now ninth one now we discussed. 8th and 9th and all now we discussed. 10th one we discussed. Similar questions only is there. 11th one and 12th one. You have to check it is 1, 1 or on 2. 10th one now we discussed. Isn't it? Afternoon session I gave this one. So complete the exercise questions again. Do it again. Do each and every question. So the second exercise is over. So next is the third exercise. The third exercise. Example questions, you should go through it. Few of the questions we have discussed it. Anyhow, we'll be doing 2 or more extra questions. Now look at your first one we have discussed. Third one, similar model now we have discussed. Third one. Fourth one you have to try. Fourth one also we have discussed. Fourth one we have discussed. Fifth one is a 1 mark question. You have to check. Read the question. Fifth one. Fifth one are all 1 mark question. State with reason whether the following function has inverse or not. Whether inverse exists or not. Look at the first one, fifth one, Roman letter 1. Whether inverse exists or not. When will you say inverse exists? If it is 1, 1 and on 2, isn't it? A function. For a function, we say inverse exists if and only if it is 1, 1 and on 2. Look at the first one. Is it 1, 1? Fifth one, Roman letter 1. Read the question and check whether it is 1, 1. Solve the answer, fifth one. Solve the fifth question. You have 3 subdivisions. These are all 1 mark questions. And tell me which of the following functions will have inverse.
Which one, ma'am?
Fifth one. Fifth one, first 3, we have 3 subdivisions there. Roman letter 1, Roman letter 2, and Roman letter 3. Solve it and give me the answer. What is the answer, Michael? Aditya, first one, whether inverse will exist?
No, ma'am.
Why?
It is not 1, 1.
Very good, Aditya. It is not 1, 1, therefore inverse does not exist. It is many to 1, isn't it? What about the second one? What about the second one, Krishna Chandran? Second one. Krishna Chandran? Yes, Krishna Chandran. Second one, whether inverse exists or not.
Yes.
Yes. When will you say inverse exists? When will you say inverse exists? When will you say inverse
It's
exists?
bijection.
So is it
Bijection.
is it a bijection? Check here. Is it 1, 1? Is it on 2?
Yes, both.
Both.
No.
Huh?
No. It's not.
1, 1 means, what does it mean, 1, 1? 1, 1 means distinct elements should have distinct image. Is it like that?
No, no, no.
No. Then how? Why? Why it is no?
Because
Ah,
4 comes with like 2 times.
5 and 7 are distinct elements having the same image. They are mapped onto the same element, isn't it?
Hmm.
Therefore, it is not 1, 1. Therefore, it is not a bijection.
Yes.
What about the next one, Roman letter 3? What about Roman letter 3? Dia?
It is both in
Hmm.
onto and
It is both 1, 1 and onto, therefore inverse exists. Okay? Is it okay, Gauri?
Yes, ma'am.
So now look at the 6th one, 7th one, and all similar questions with, okay, your function is given, you have to show that is invertible and find the inverse. Find the inverse. The 9th one we have to discuss. 9th one we will be discussing. Okay, we'll be discussing the 9th one. Okay, 9 and 10 we will discuss. The remaining you have to try. Similar questions only. Now this 13th one and all we have discussed. 11th one also we have discussed. Check it. So, and the next topic given is binary operations. Listen, this binary operations for the last 3 miscellaneous exercises. Look at the last exercise given there. That is very, very important question. That is very, very important. Miscellaneous exercises, very, very important. Miscellaneous exercises, very, very important. So in miscellaneous exercise, particularly note down. Second question. First one, second one, third one already we have discussed. Fifth one also we have discussed. These are, okay, third one, particularly 1, 2, 3 are very important. And here you have another question. 16th one, 17th one are important 1 mark question. 16th one and 17th one are important 1 mark question. 16th one and 17th one are important 1 mark question. (16, 17) again 18, 19 also you tried. 18 and 19 are important 1 mark questions. Okay, now let's do two more extra questions now. Write down. Show that, write the question, show that F from N to N. This is also an important question. It's an example question in your textbook. Similar question is there in your miscellaneous exercise for whole numbers. In miscellaneous exercise, I said second question is important. This is similar to this question. Okay, write down. Let F from N to N given by f of x is equal to, given by f of x is equal to x plus 1, f of x is equal to x plus 1 if x is odd. F of x is equal to x plus 1 if x is odd, and x minus 1 if x is even, and x minus 1 if x is even, if bijection. Prove that this is a bijection. F of x is equal to x plus 1 where x is odd, x minus 1 when x is even. You have to prove this is a bijection. Yes. How to prove this? Listen, children. Here will be okay. We have to prove f is 1 1. F is 1 1. F is 1 1. So that means what you have to prove? F of x1 is equal to f of x2 implies x1 is equal to x2. F of x1 is equal to f of x2 implies x1 is equal to x2. So for proving this, we are going to consider 4 different cases. It is different from the previous questions and all. In the previous question and all, we had f of x is equal to a single function will be given. Now look at your multiple functions, isn't it? Based on odd, one function is there. If it is even, if x is even, another function is given. So it is multiple function is given. Okay, that is the difference here. So if it is given like this, we'll be checking is it 1 1 or on 2 in 4 different steps. So step 1, not step 1, case 1, we'll be considering 4 cases. Suppose both x1 and x2 are odd. Suppose both the numbers are odd. So I'm starting with f of x1 is equal to f of x2. Both are odd. For odd function, how is it defined? X1 and x2 are odd. So it is x1 plus 1 is equal to x2 plus 1. So plus 1 will get cancelled. Suppose you will get x1 is equal to x2. Therefore, in this case, f is 1 1. Now take the second case, case 2. x1 and x2 are even. Suppose both are even. Then f of x1 is equal to f of x2 implies for even function, how is it defined? x1 minus 1 is equal to x2 minus 1. Minus 1 will get cancelled. Therefore, we will get x1 is equal to x2. So in this case also, f is 1 1. Now look at the case 3. Case 3, suppose x1 is odd and x2 is even. Suppose x2 is odd and x2 is even. So f of x1 is equal to f of x2. For an odd function, how is it defined? x1 plus 1 is equal to x2 minus 1. Is it correct? x1 plus 1 is equal to x2 minus 1. So that implies x1 minus x2 is equal to minus 2. Is it correct? x1 minus x2 is equal to minus 2. Now listen, children. One number is odd and another number is even. When you subtract it, odd number minus even number, what you should get? You take one odd number and even number, subtract it and check what you will get. From an odd number, you subtract even number, what you will get? 5 minus 2, 11 minus 8, what you will get? We'll be getting an odd number. But look at here, we are getting minus 2. So this case is not possible. So we are writing this as which is impossible. These two cases, okay, one is odd and the other one is even. Means these two cases are impossible. In case 4 also the same steps, which is again impossible. These two cases will never happen. These are impossible. Therefore, only 2 cases, possible cases are both maybe both x1 and x2 may be odd or it may be even. Only that 2 cases are possible. And in that 2 cases, f is 1 1. So altogether, we can say f is 1 1. Altogether, we can say f is 1 1. So altogether, we can say f is 1 1. Now we have to check f is onto. Up to this, is it okay? One part, is it clear, children? Is it clear? Is it clear? Hmm?
Ma'am, I do not understand how we generalize it as 1, 1.
What is the condition for proving 1, 1? If suppose two elements have the same images, means what you have to prove? The elements are same. So you start with f of x1 is equal to f of x2. You apply the function given there. To simplify, and finally, if you are getting x1 is equal to x2, then it is 1, 1. Suppose we are not getting x1 is equal to x2, then it is not 1, 1.
Yes, ma'am, I understood that.
Hmm.
But like for in 2 cases we are getting it is 1, 1.
That 2 cases will not happen at all. Impossible cases, then maybe you have to consider that cases.
Okay, ma'am.
The only the other 2 cases are possible. These 2 cases, it is not possible. So altogether, finally we will be saying it is the only the possible cases are both x1 and x2 may be odd, or both x1 or x2 may be even. Then is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Now is it okay, children? 1, 1, is it okay, Emmanuel?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we have to prove it is on 2. We have to prove it is on 2. Now, okay, children. Now we have to prove it is on 2. Okay. You can consider the same function. Here, listen. This one, if you look in your, so consider the function. Okay, I'm taking the I'm writing the function again. F of x is defined as, how the function is defined? The function is defined as x plus 1 if x is odd. F of x is x plus 1 if x is odd, and x minus 1 if x is even. Okay, we have to prove it is on 2. So I'm from n to n. Okay, I'm drawing this figure. Okay, in the main column itself, you can draw. Natural numbers means you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Here also it starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. Now, look at the, what about the image of 1? 1 will be mapped onto? Yes, Atul, tell me Atul. 1 will be mapped onto 2. If you take 2, 2 will be mapped onto 1. If you take 3, will it be mapped onto 4? 4 will be mapped onto 3. 5 will be mapped onto 6. So like this it goes. Okay. So now you have to prove. In order to prove it is onto, what you have to do? If you take an element in the codomain, there exists some pre-image. That is what we have to prove. Now listen, don't write. Don't write. Listen. If you take an element in the codomain, we have to prove that it's some pre-image. So I'm going to take an element in the codomain. Let y belongs to the codomain be any elements. Okay, I'm taking an element in the codomain. So y may be odd or even, isn't it? So y may be, you are taking a natural number. It may be either odd or even. So I'm taking the first case. Suppose y is odd. Suppose y is odd. Now look at here. If you take an odd element here, look at its pre-image. What is the pre-image? If you take 1, it is mapped onto 2. Is or no? Is it 1 more than that the given number? If I take 1, what is the pre-image? 1 plus 1. Is it correct? If I take 3, what is its pre-image? 3 plus 1. Is or no? Is or no, Aditya? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So, suppose y is odd, then y plus 1, is it even? Look at the pre-image. Is it even? If you take y is odd. What about y plus 1? It's pre-image. Is it even? Is or no, Michael? Y is an odd number. When you add 1, will it be even or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So now, what is f of y plus 1? Find out. Based on the function. For an even number, how is it defined? If it is even, it is y plus 1 minus 1. Is it correct? If it is an even number, how the function is defined? F of x is x minus 1 if yx is even. Now y plus 1 is even. So it will be f of y plus 1 minus 1. So that is y. Therefore, y plus 1 is the preimage. Y plus 1 is the preimage of y when y is odd. Y plus 1 is the preimage when y is odd. Is it okay? Achyut, are you able to follow this? Achyut?
Yes, ma'am.
Now take the next case. So now we considered odd case. Now take the even case. Okay, I'm going to consider the second case. Suppose y is even. Suppose y is even. So suppose y is even. Now look at the element in the column. Even number 2 is an even number. It is mapped on to, look at here, 1, which is odd, which is 1 less than that image. If you take 4, it is mapped on to 3. 3 is odd number and it is 1 less than 4. So suppose y is even, then y minus 1 is odd. Is it correct? Y is even. Therefore, y minus 1 is odd. Now, what is f of y minus 1? What is f of y minus 1? Y minus 1 is odd. For an odd function, how is it defined? What is the argument? With that, we are adding 1.
Y
F
plus
of x is x plus 1 if x is odd. So y minus 1 is odd. So what we will do? With that argument, we will add 1. So which is y. So y minus 1 is the preimage of y when y is even. When y is even. So in both the cases, when y is odd or y is even, we have preimage. Therefore, f is onto. In both the cases, when odd is odd or when y is odd or when y is even, in both the cases, preimage exists. Therefore, it is onto. Is it okay? Okay. If you draw this figure, from this figure, you can understand and you can write it. Okay. In the book, it is given here, taking it as 2r plus 1, 2r minus 1 and all. Okay, you feel it little bit difficult. That's what I'm giving this proof. This is an easy one, but from the figure, you can understand. If 1 is odd, from the figure only, we are taking the elements. Is it okay? So f is onto. So already we proved it is 1, 1. So now it is 1, 1 and onto. Therefore, it is a bijection. It is a bijection. Similar question is there in your textbook, miscellaneous exercise. Instead of natural numbers, there we are taking whole numbers. The same type, instead of natural numbers, we will taking whole numbers. What is the difference? Yes, what will be the difference? We have to start from
0.
0. 0 will be included. Accordingly, the function will change. The same way you can proceed. Here also you have to take 2 different cases and you have to prove it. Okay? So this question and all, one time if you listen, you'll be feeling it is little bit okay. But now after 1 week, if you go through it, you will find it difficult. So this type of questions, you mark it important and different question. If you practice these questions again and again, you will be able to do these questions easily. Okay? So learn all those things. Do the exercise questions. Okay? Meet you in the next class. Thank you.